Hi, my name is Rebecca Demeke, and today I'll be talking about A Dream Unfolds, the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom, and how this has impacted me as a person with my family and my family experiences, and also facts on what has happened in this point in time in America. In the summer of 1963, under the scorching sun that bore witness to a nation's struggle for justice, a pivotal moment unfolded. The March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. This momentous event not only marked a turning point in the American civil rights movement, but also became a beacon of hope, illuminating the path toward a more just and equitable society. In the summer of 1963, against the backdrop of a nation grappling with the shackles of racial injustice, a transformative event unfolded on the grand stage of the Lincoln Memorial, the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. This historic gathering emerged from the crucible of civil rights activism, a response to the persistent inequalities that plagued African Americans across the United States. The idea of the march was not a spontaneous eruption, but a carefully conceived plan that crystallized through the vision and determination of A. Philip Randolph, a revered labor leader. Randolph recognized the urgent need for a mass protest that would demand economic justice, the end of segregation, and the protection of civil rights. As the concept gained momentum, an alliance of civil rights leaders, labor unions, and religious organizations coalesced to orchestrate this massive demonstration. The organizational prowess of these leaders, including luminaries such as Martin Luther King Jr., John Lewis, and Mahalia Jackson, became the driving force behind a movement that sought to redefine the nation's commitment to justice and equality. The stage was set on August 28, 1963, in the heart of the nation's capital, the National Mall, flanked by the towering Washington Monument and the majestic Lincoln Memorial, provided the hallowed ground for a gathering that would leave an indelible mark on American history. The logistics of the march were a monumental feat. Buses and trains brought people from all corners of the country, converging on the symbolic heart of the nation. This convergence wasn't just a physical coming together. It was a unification of dreams, aspirations, and a collective demand for a more just and equitable America. The air was charged with anticipation as a multitude gathered, embodying the resilience and determination that defined the struggle for civil rights. Against this backdrop, the decision to explore the March on Washington became an organic pilgrimage into the heart of a movement that dared to challenge the status quo and redefine the narrative of racial justice in America. This was a colossal gathering that brought over 250,000 people to the National Mall. It was a strategic effort, meticulously organized by a coalition of civil rights leaders. The leadership extended to influential figures, as mentioned earlier, Martin Luther King, John Lewis, and Mahalia Jackson, each bringing their unique perspectives and strengths to the forefront. The demands voiced during the march were clear: economic equality and end to segregation, and the protection of civil rights. Growing up, I found myself drawn to the stories of courage, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of justice. These narratives weren't distant tales, but living legacies that shaped the fabric of my identity. As a person of African American descent, the struggles of my ancestors were not confined to dusty history books. They echoed in the stories shared by my family. Here is a picture of my father, who is African. He is Canadian. We live in Canada, but my grandparents actually lived in America and were African Americans. The decision for me to explore the March on Washington was therefore more than an academic pursuit. It was personal, to connect with the roots of my heritage and to understand the forces that shape the world around me. Growing up in a family that bore scars of segregation and inequality, I became intimately acquainted with the weight of the past. The stories shared by my parents and grandparents were living narratives. These tales of struggle and perseverance formed a backdrop to my childhood, emphasizing the hard-fought battles for civil rights that paved the way for freedoms I enjoy today. The strength displayed by my ancestors in the face of adversity illuminated the path forward. Their stories of marching, protesting, and standing up against injustice were not distant tales, but blueprints for resilience. For each narrative, I found a wellspring of courage that transcended generations. These were not just historical figures. They were the architects of change, the unsung heroes who contributed to the ongoing struggle for equality. Their sacrifices, often marked by untold suffering, became a beacon guiding me through the complexities of restoring and contextualizing the historical narrative. The struggles I face, whether it be the weight of being far from my place of origin, the pressures of academic rigor, or the nuanced challenges of racism and isolation, are met with a reservoir of courage and resilience instilled within me from an early age. The stories my dad shared, the experiences of my family and ancestors during times of segregation and civil rights struggles, weren't merely historical anecdotes. They were tools carefully handed down to equip me with the mental fortitude and determination needed to confront any situation that life might throw my way. Being a Division I athlete adds another layer of complexity to my journey. The demands of training, competition, and academic commitments often create a formidable mountain to climb. Yet in those moments, when the weight of challenges threatens to overwhelm, I draw strength from the echoes of the past. The determination and courage displayed by my family during the March on Washington became a guiding light, inspiring me to press on, to overcome adversity, and to embody the resilience that courses through my family's veins. The struggles with depression, the pangs of racism, and the feelings of isolation are met head-on with the lessons ingrained in me through the experiences of those who marched for justice. Their endurance becomes my endurance. Their courage becomes my courage. It is a lineage of strength that stretches across time, connecting me to a legacy that predates my existence, but continues to shape the person I am becoming. In every grueling training session, every challenging exam, and every moment of self-doubt, I find myself drawing from a wellspring of resilience that was forged on the battlegrounds of history. The march lives on, not just in the annals of the past, but in the daily struggles and triumphs that define my present, a testament to the enduring power of familial narratives and the intergenerational transmission. With all that being said, thank you for watching my video on the March on Washington for Jobs